Hello out there in YouTube land.
Welcome back to our channel.
We have a nice little surprise for you, and it's a palette that we have been waiting for ever since we saw it on Instagram.
Yes, it is. And it just arrived, actually.
So it's the, we're going to unbox this box. Ha ha ha. Diggy diggy diggy. And
all the free goodies.
so this is the Kat Von D Lolita por Vida palette. Ha ha. So what we thought we'd do is show the little bit of an unboxing, which this is, you know, clearly. Ha ha. And then let's see what this pretty thing looks like.
Packaging is actually very nice.
It's very nice. It feels very, very dense. It's not like horribly heavy or anything, but
right.
it feels very nice. And the top of the palette is, let's see if you can see, it's embossed. It's not flat.
Right.
There you go. You can see a little bit. You can see the raised lettering and stuff down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the video. I'm going to strip off this eye look, and then we'll be back. I'll have everything off, and then Tabby will, I guess you could say, illustrate?
Comment?
Yeah, do commentary on what I'm doing. So
right.
We'll be just back. And we're back.
And Dani's eyes are naked.
Yes.
So we're going to fix that. So while Dani kind of works, I've been checking out the palette. You know, it's brand new. I think that the pan sizes look really good for the price.
They're nice sized, or nicely sized.
Nicely sized. I
like the little metallic ring around the super sparkly shades.
Right, kind of the more heavy, sparkly, creamy shades.
Yeah, there's like this little design that's really cool. I don't know if you can see that.
See it right there?
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So they did a good job with doing some unique packaging, I think.
I think what I like about this palette, and it is marketed even on the packaging as kind of an everyday palette, it also encompasses a lot of autumn colors.
Yes, it was the only palette that I saw online this fall that looked like a fall palette to me.
Right. And I like the fact, too, that it can kind of go into winter, especially with the shades Luna. Mm-hmm. And some of the more pink shades, the mauve-y shades.
That, what is that one? Romantico.
Right.
And Sunrise. Sunrise looks like a really pretty duochrome. I think I'm going to start out and do Esperanza, which is
kind of a
the
matte
one
pink
next to Luna in the palette.
Right, and that would be this one here.
Yeah. Start out with that.
Yeah, I actually looked up the meaning of Lolita. Because I honestly didn't know. It means promiscuous lady, or promiscuous woman. I'm just sitting there going, ooh la la. Be promiscuous.
Yeah.
Have fun. Live your life.
Exactly. Just do it safely.
Exactly.
That's the thing that matters.
It seems like this is going on really well. Is it?
It seems to blend very easily. I mean, granted, this is the, kind of, what I'm using is like a base shade, but it's going on very evenly. It's not patchy, which I know, some vegan formulas can be, but this one is pretty nice so far. I mean, you can see it's all, it's not patchy.
Yeah, you've got a good coverage on, just as a base layer. Very good base layer.
Gonna do a little bit of a darker thing.
I know,
with,
feeling it with just my finger and kind of swatching along. It's really buttery feeling. So
I'm gonna try and do the outer corner with the shade called Rosario.
So Rosario is, it's a shade here, and it is literally, it looks like a rose.
Yeah.
Not a really red rose, but it's, a rosy.
A rosier color.
And I find that, in a lot of palettes, there's not a good step down between the true reds to the browns, and this one seems to be very good.
Yes. I am having to play with that one a little bit, but I tend to have to play with the stuff at the corners of my eyes a bit because I tend to have a lot of extra skin at the corners of my eyes because I have very hooded eyes. And so it ends up being harder to get eyeshadow to go where I want it to.
And it seems like this one's not patchy.
No, it's not patchy at all.
And there's not a lot of fallout to these
No,
thus
not
far.
yet anyway.
Which is a good
Yes,
thing.
absolutely.
That's a good thing.
If we manage to have an entire palette that doesn't have a lot of fallout, that would be amazing for us because we have, the hooded eyes thing, we have a lot of issues with fallout.
And thus far, I mean, we've really only found that Jeffree Star's work has done remarkably well on our eyes with no fallout. But this Kat Von D palette is
very nice so far.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the shade, what is that one?
Carino.
Yeah, Carino, and do some darker stuff closer to my eyelashes to give a little bit of definition.
And you find sometimes with just a really dark color, you can almost use it as an eyeliner.
And this one, I think you definitely could do that. I mean, I'm certainly not using a setting spray, but I think if you would use a setting spray with it, then it would be, really eyelinery like. I mean, right now it's giving some definition to my eye, which is what I was going for, versus like necessarily an eyeliner thing, because I'm going to do a wing in a little bit. But it's interesting. It's not, I'm not having problems with it doing what I'm planning on doing with it. We'll put it that way. And the other thing to remember with this type of palette, like with these big glittery shades and stuff, those are, listed to be used with your finger and not with a brush. But I'm going to, just for, heck of it, see what it looks like with a brush.
Right.
First, before I use my finger, just to see what we end up with, because I actually prefer using brushes a lot of the time. It's a combination of wanting cleanliness as well as more control, because, I mean, with my fingers, my fingertips are kind of numb a little bit, and so if I put a product on the end of my finger, sometimes I can literally poke myself in the eye because I'm not realizing how hard I'm grabbing. So if you want to laugh, it's something that's kind of entertaining.
And if you want kind of an in-between, Urban Decay makes a very good brush that is supposed to mimic your fingertip. Yeah. I actually own it. And it does a very good job.
I think I'm going to go in with Muñeca, I think is how you pronounce that, because the N with the little umlaut over top, I think. I only took like a little tiny bit of Spanish, so I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce that, but it's the one in the top next to the duochrome.
Muñeca.
Yeah. I'm going to use that.
And that is this color here.
Depth and the crease.
And you can use a variety of shades in this palette to really capture your eye, from what I can see.
And I'm just basically playing and then going back and like blending everything together, but you could do as intense of a look as you wanted, or as light and natural as you wanted.
Right.
You could, I mean, like any eyeshadow palette, you can play with it and kind of decide what it is that you want to do personally. I think I will go in with...
I like the versatility of the colors offered in this palette for, if you wanted just to do a daytime look while you go to work, and then, spice it up a little bit in the night.
Exactly. I'm going to use Lolita por Vida underneath my lash line.
And that is...
kind of smoke out my lash line.
This shade here. And it is the name of the palette, actually.
Yes. I like it when palettes do that.
I do too. It's a cohesiveness. And like all palettes, this comes with a mirror that you can, standard issue.
And it's kind of a neat little shape too.
It matches kind of the flow and the beauty of the palette, because if you look at the front of Lolita, It's very flowy, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And it's, you know, it kind of harkens back to, you know, the tattoos and everything, which, of course, Kat Von D is a tattoo artist.
Yes.
I'm going to use this big... Well, this probably is not the best brush for that. Let's see here.
Sometimes it's a matter of finding the right brush.
I'm going to use this little tiny brush like this to try and see what happens when I lay down the duochrome on my eye without using my fingertip. Let's see what happens. So this one is Sunrise, and it's kind of a purpley plush blue glitter in it. It's really pretty.
Color.
Yeah, that doesn't show up at all with a brush. So note, do not try to use a brush to do any of the glitter shades. Which it says that in the directions.
Right.
But I just wanted to do it just to see what would happen.
For anybody that, you know, prefers to use brushes over.
Yeah, see, and you add it, that you can see that.
Yeah, once you, I mean, you can definitely see it now. Yeah. Once you dip your finger into it and kind of tap it on.
It's interesting, and I don't know necessarily if it's just the lighting that we have, but it actually comes off a little bit more green as a shimmer instead of a purpley blue, which is what I was more expecting. It looks great with the colors that are in the palette. It's just, I was expecting it to be more cool toned, and it's coming out greener, which is interesting.
Even from my perspective, it's greener.
Yeah.
You know, you can see more green.
You know, I don't know whether, you know, necessarily it's the lighting that we are using, but it's interesting.
Right. That's something that you can play with, you know, whether, you know, certain lighting brings out certain things.
Let's see what this super glittery shade looks like. That's Raina. It's gold glitter. Bright gold glitter. It's all the creams. So, let's see.
This one here. I'm actually just even tapping my finger very lightly on it.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
I mean, you get intense
super glitter.
That's actually very remarkable.
Yeah, it's really pretty. So, you can turn a look easy from, you know, regular to glam, and I'm not having... Another thing I'm liking is I'm even doing that because some of the palettes that when you get a glitter shade, you'll have glitter falling all over your face, and I'm not seeing that happen at all.
I don't see that either, even from my
I mean,
angle.
I can move my face around. I don't see any glitter underneath my eyes whatsoever, so that part's really cool. So, I honestly would have to say that the Lolita Por Vida palette is a really good, solid palette. If you're looking for something that is fall.
Right. You know, something that kind of gives you the more coppers and golds and rosy tones of autumn. And you can transition that right into a winter palette.
Yeah.
Or just a basic nude palette. You know, whatever you're looking for with it.
Everybody gets to watch me draw wings.
Drawing wings is not the easiest thing.
It's very interesting about being on YouTube because I'm more used to, you know, doing makeup and then having people watching the end result. And actually doing, like, some of the makeup stuff on camera is a very different thing.
And yes, someday you guys will see me actually do something.
So, there we go. Finished look. So, we hope you enjoyed this little extra foray. Please enter our giveaway down below. It has products by Stila, Jeffree Star,
Tarte,
and Dr. Brandt. There's a Dr. Brandt product. So all you have to do to enter is subscribe to our channel and, you know, fill out the Rapplecopter so we know you entered, basically.
Right.
And it's open to anyone in the continental U.S. So we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.